Imagine for a second your feet are glued to the floor, your throat is bone dry, and your heart is pounding so violently against your chest, it feels like it might just tear right through. You want to speak, but the words are gone. This experience is a psychological cage, a prison where the walls look solid, but the door has actually been unlatched the entire time. This paralysis is a mechanical byproduct of our DNA. It is a deep-seated biological error that has remained dormant in our genetic code for thousands of years. To break the cycle, we must treat fear as a solvable mechanical error in our hardware rather than a permanent part of who we are. Thousands of years ago, fear was a necessary bodyguard. If the grass rustled, your ancestors fled. In that environment, a lack of fear meant being killed by a predator. Today, those predators are gone. The rustling grass in your life is now a dark, empty stage, a stranger you must approach, or starting a new business. Though the danger changed, the biological response hasn't. Your body reacts to public speaking with the same death panic and chemical spikes as facing a wild animal. This software glitch proves you are running a survival operating system in a modern world. When you feel terror during a harmless task, it is simply a sign that your internal software is struggling to translate modern reality. This biological error becomes even more aggressive when we are around other people. To understand why, we have to look at the psychological mechanics of social anxiety. Psychologists call this the spotlight effect. It's the conviction that everyone is focused on your every move, waiting for you to fail. But this ignores a crucial fact. Everyone else is completely trapped in their own internal monologues. Your brain manufactures a scenario where you are the center of the universe, and it is this specific delusion that fuels the panic of being watched. Look at how this plays out in real life. If you fell down at a party as a child, you likely ran away in terror, convinced that the laughter of the crowd would follow you forever. Now, watch an adult trip and fall today. The crowd laughs for 5 seconds, then turns back to their drinks, and completely forgets the incident happened by the time they leave the room. People are absorbed in their problems, their own insecurities, and their messy lives. They don't have the mental space to obsess over your mistakes. When you realize that nobody is keeping a record of your stumbles, the pressure of the spotlight vanishes. You can act freely because, in the eyes of the crowd, you aren't nearly as important as your brain claims you are. The final trigger for this anxiety isn't actually what is happening right now. It is what our brain thinks might happen in a simulated, imaginary future. On this timeline, the present moment is calm, but the further you look ahead, the more time your brain has to simulate worst-case scenarios. This anticipation is what boots up the outdated survival software. Overthinking isn't a habit. It's the manual override that activates your biological panic response. To beat this, you have to move faster than your brain can process a prediction. If you need to step onto a stage, start walking before you have the chance to imagine the crowd's reaction. If you want to jump into cold water, do it before your mind can calculate the discomfort. You are physically initiating the action before the simulation software can boot up. The physical symptoms of fear might still appear, but they no longer have a narrative to give them power. Since the world won't remember your stumbles, the only real barrier is the biological illusion in your head. Recognize the glitch, stop the simulation, and step through the door.